Welcome to all of you. So, at the previous lecture, we have to seen about how to calculate the compound interest and how to calculate the simple interest by using the formula. Okay. So, we seen about. So, this is the example of the compound interest. Okay. So, calculate the compound interest and whatever this is. What we can say that is the f. Okay, so this is the future value, okay, on the principal amount of rupees 2000 at the interest rate of the 6%. Okay, so this example we have to see at the previous lecture. Okay, so we require to calculate this particular uh, example. I is equal to ip into n. Okay, so what is I is the interest rate. Okay, I is the interest rate. So from the formula, we have to calculate the future value, that is f is equal to p in bracket 1 into I raised to n. Okay, so what is n? N is the number of the period. Okay, n is the number of the period. In above example, here is the value of n is equal to 5. Okay, so this is the chart. Okay, this is the chart table. We have to see about how to verify the interest. Okay, how to vary the interest as per the uh, year. Okay, but in the simple interest, uh, interest is the constant, but in compound interest here is the varied because it is an interest on the interest. Okay, so we move toward the another example. Okay, we move toward the another example, that is they say that suppose you deposit, okay, you deposit dollar 1000 in bank saving account that pay interest at the rate of the 8% per year. Okay, here is the value of the small I is equal to 8, p is equal to 1000. Okay, assume you don't withdraw the interest earned at the end of each year, but instead let it accumulated. Okay, so they ask you, okay, how much you have to the end of the 3 year with the simple interest, and how much would you have at the end of the 3 years with the compound interest. Okay, so you can use here the formula of the simple interest, and you can be use here the formula of the compound interest to solving this example. Okay, but the final answer is the not equal, because here is the simple interest, and for second point here is the compound interest, so you can be solid. Okay, then we move toward the interest formula for the single cash flow. Okay, so you can be seen here how the cash flow is the happen. Okay, so first point is the compound amount factor, second one is the present work factor. Okay, so what is present one factor, what is amount factor, and what is to solving time and interest rate. Okay, for the solving time and interest rate, you can be modified your formula also. Okay, so you have to formula f is equal to whatever p into I, so you can be calculate the value of the I also. Okay, so uh, this is the uh, compound amount factor. Okay, what is the compound amount factor? Okay, so here is the given the sum. What is your sum? Sum is your principal amount. Okay, p is invested for the n nearest period at the interest rate I. Okay, so n is the period and I is the interest. Okay, so you have to require to calculate the end of the n period, what is the actual sum. Okay, so this is the future amount. Okay, so using the compound interest to solve this particular future sum, so f is equal to, so this is your formula. Okay, this is your actual formula for the compound interest. Okay, so f is equal to p in bracket 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so because of its origin in the compound interest calculation, okay, the factor I plus whatever 1 plus I raised to n is known as the compound amount factor. Okay, so what is compound amount factor? So this is, okay, not p but only 1 plus I raised to n, this is the compound factor. Okay, so this is the compound amount factor. Okay, so the process of the finding this amount. Okay, so the process, the finding of this f future amount is called as the compounding process. Okay, so this is an important. Okay, you can be remember it. What is the compounding factor? Okay, so what is compounding factor? So the process of the finding the future amount. Okay, so it is called as compounding factor. Okay, so you can be see here is the amount of the factor. Okay, this is the amount of the factor. So this is the primary value. Okay, but the primary stage, the rate is the zero. Okay, the rate is the zero, or you can be say that the value of n is equal to zero, and it will be, you can be find out. Okay, so here is the 0. So what is raised to 0? That is 1, and f is equal to p. Okay, so initially f is equal to p, but whenever the value of n is varies, okay, value of 1 is n is varies, so amount will be increased. Okay, at the time, so you can be calculate f is equal to p in bracket 1 plus I raised to n using this formula. Okay, so this is your actual process. So compounding process, what is the compounding process? Finding if whenever you have to given of p, I and n. Okay, here is also be statement. What is compounding process? The process of the finding f, that is future amount. Okay, so this is compounding process, means finding f given, here is the given p and I. Okay, then what is another so method in interest table. Okay, interest table. So before the calculator solving 1 plus I raised to n, that is the factor na, that is the factor. What is the factor? Interest factor. Okay, that is the compound amount factor. Okay, 1 plus I raised to n, compound interest factor, was very tedious task. Okay, for example, this is 1 plus 0.12. Okay, what is the 0.12? That is the interest. Okay, you can be say that it is the interest of 12%. Okay, and the year of the 15. Okay, what is this is period. Okay, here is the huge of period. So this is the various tedious task. Okay, so simply the process of the table of compound interest factor where we develop. Okay, so you can be find out the future amount. How you can be find out? So this is the p. Okay, this is the p now. So 1 plus 0.12, that is the interest. Okay, raised to n, that is the 15. Okay, so you whenever you can be calculate this particular amount, you will be get this is the interest compound factor. Okay, that is the compound interest factor, that is 5.4736, and whenever you have to multiple this 2000, you will be get up 1,09,472 rupees. Okay, so this is you have to require. Okay, so this is the very tedious task. Okay, because here is the value of n. Okay, here is the value of n is equal to 15. Okay, bracket raised to n, means that is the very huge of amount. Okay, so this is the tedious process. Okay, then another one is the factor notation. Okay, another one is the factor notation. So to specify how the interest table are to be used, the factor in the functional notation. Okay, so this is the pitch amount, then the uh, whatever it's say as the primary amount. Okay, then the I, and then the n. Okay, so which read as to find the p if the given, uh, uh, find the f. Okay, finding the f whenever p is the given. Okay, that is called as the compounding process. Okay, that is the compounding process. Okay, then here. Okay, So the factor is known as the single payment compound amount factor. Okay, so which factor? That is the, this is the future amount. Okay, so 12,000 whatever A divided by P, and this is the rate, and N is equal to 15. Okay, so the factor, what is factor? So factor tell us 12% is the interest rate in the table. Okay, and find the factor in whatever A divided by P for N is equal to 15. Okay, so we have to require to calculate this particular value. Okay, then with the Excel sheet, okay, with the Excel sheet, the future worth is calculated with, so this is the future value. Okay, this is the future value. So rate, okay, rate, n per pmt pv and type. Okay, so what is rate? Rate is the interest rate. Okay, rate is the interest rate, n per, that is the number of the period. Okay, then the periodic payment. Okay, what is the including the uh, whatever we can say that including your interest. Okay, then the present value and the end of the period at the beginning of the period. Okay, so this is the future value. Okay, this is the future value. So 12% is the interest, 15 is the value of n, and 0 is the periodic payment whatever. This is the initial na. So 2000 is the your value of P, that is the present value. Okay, that is the present value, and 0 is the type, means whatever they can say that period of the beginning. Okay, so your initialization is start from the 0 na. Your initialization is start from the 0, so you have the right here 0. Okay, so they give here the simple example. Okay, so how you have to calculate your value of f, okay, by using the formula. Okay, so for example, if you have the dollar of $1,000 now and invested it at the 7% interest at the compound annually. Okay, how much will it be worth in 8 years? Okay, so what is given? Given is the p. Okay, that is the primary value. Okay, P is the $100. Then the I, okay, what is your interest? 7% per year. Then the value of N, what is your N? N is 8 year. Okay, then you have to require to find out your F. Okay, you have to require to find out the F. So this is the your primary value, that is the uh, primary amount or the primary value. So this is the $1,000. Okay, but at the primary the interest is the 0 na. At the primary stage, the initial stage, the interest is the 0, but 1 year is completed. Okay, 1 year is completed, it will be adding, the interest is adding in the primary value, and it will be having the number of the steps. Okay, here is whenever you have to complete it 1 year, then the 1,000 plus whatever the any interest. Okay, then whenever complete in 2 year, then this particular 1 year value, and then the amount, interest value at the 2 years. Okay, so you can be calculate your future value by using the formula also. Okay, so this is the amount flow. Okay, so you can be say that this is the cash flow. Okay, cash flow. So interest formula for the single cash flow. Okay, so you can be calculate your future value by using the number of method. Okay, so the first method. Okay, from the first method, by using the calculator, f is equal to pin in bracket 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so this is the simple formula. You can be calculate your future value. Okay, so what is your p? P is the 1,000 in bracket 1 plus your interest rate is 0.7% and raised to 8. Okay, so the primary amount, whatever your future. Okay, your future amount is the 1,718 $18.19. Okay, so this is, you can be calculate by using the calculator also. Okay, or by using the formula also. Okay, then here you can be solve this example by using the another method. Okay, that is the method second, using the compound interest table. Okay, using the compound interest table, so they gives you whatever your primary value. Okay, your primary value, that is 1000. Then whatever you have to require your compound interest factor. Okay, so that is f divided by p. Then whatever your interest percent, that is 7%, and the 8 is equal to the 8 is your value of n. Okay, 8 is your value of n. So uh, so you can be calculate your future value. Okay, then the another method. Okay, this is the method number third. So you can be calculate the future value by using the computer spreadsheet. Okay, so what is the computer spreadsheet? That is the future value. Okay, here is the future value, that is the 7%. Okay, and then the value of n is equal to 8. Okay, value of n is equal to 8. Then this is the primary value and the initial and the beginning value. So you can be calculate your final future value. Okay, that is the $1718. Okay, so these are the three method you can be calculate your uh, you can be calculate your future amount. Okay, you can be calculate your future amount. So this is the another example. Okay, this is the another example you can be solved by using the. Okay, so you can be solve this example as per the above example. Okay, so what they say, if the person borrows amount of the 3,000. Okay, now at the interest rate is the 10% for the period of the 8 year. So how much value will be repaid within the 8 year? Okay, so this is the example, and what they give the value of the p. Okay, and the value of the I also. Okay, this is the small I. Then the period of the 8 years, so the value of the n is equal to 8. Okay, so they have to require to calculate the value of the year. So this is your homework example. Okay, so you can be calculate in your home also as per the above example. Okay, so this is the very simple. You can be use this particular you can be use this particular formula. Okay, so future amount is equal to p plus p in bracket 1 plus I raised to n also. Okay, using the calculator, or these are the you can be take the directly amount from the above method. Okay, then we move toward the present worth factor. Okay, what is present worth factor? Okay, so finding the present worth of the future sum is the simply the reverse of the compounding and is known as the discounting process. Okay, so this is the actual method you can be find out your primary value. Okay, because your future value is the so adding the number of the Uh, you can be calculate the final value to adding the interest also. Okay, but in this particular example you have required the find out your primary value. Okay, whenever your future value is the calculated. Okay, whenever the future value is the calculated. So here is the factor. Okay, which is the factor 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n is the known as the single payment present with the worth factor. Okay, so what is this? 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so it is designated as p by f I whatever comma I comma n. Okay, so uh, here is what you have to require to calculate the value of the p. Okay, you have to require the calculate the value of the p. So they give you this is the single payment present worth factor. Okay, so this is the present worth factor. What? 1 upon 1 plus n, 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so the interest rate is the I, and the so this is the present worth factor is also referred as the discount rate and the discounting factor. Okay, so the future value is of course greater than your primary value. Okay, so here is the you can be seen here p is equal to what? Yep, whatever the this is the future value. Okay, this is the factor. Okay, present worth factor. This is the interest and the n. Okay, why it is minus? Because you have to this is discount now. You have to subtract that money from the future amount. Okay, from the future value also, or the final value also. So primary p is equal to, okay, finally p is equal to whatever question mark. Okay, you have to you want to find out the discounting process. Now you want to find out the discounting process when you have to know the actual future value. Okay, so this is also be the decremental process. Okay, this is also be the decremental process. So firstly you know the value of a, okay, value of f, then interest, and this is as per the your cash flow. Okay, here as per your cash flow from your a, then n, then 0, and then P. So this is the discounting process. So what is discounting process? Finding P whenever given F, I and N. Okay. First process. First process what? This is your compounding process. Okay. Compounding process, then you have to require the find out the value of the yep. Okay, you have to require the find out the value of yep, but in this particular process you have to find out the value of the p also. Okay, you have to find out the value of the p also, hence it is known as the discounting process. Okay, then what is the method to find out the discounting process? So by using the calculator. So this is the modified formula. Okay, this is the modified formula. So p is equal to f in bracket 1 plus I raised to minus n. Okay, raised to 1 plus I, whatever 1 plus I raised to n. Then the interest table. So this is the future value. Okay, and this is the present worth factor. Okay, I and n. So the future value, that is the rate, n per pmt, whatever the present value, and the type. Okay, here is the value of n, that is a primary amount, primary value. Okay, present amount, primary value, and which type they have to be used. Okay, so here is the method for the discounting process, and they give the simple example how to calculate the value of the p. Okay, how to calculate the value of the p. So here is the uh, f is equal to, okay, so what they give, uh, p is equal to f in bracket 1 plus I raised to minus n. Okay, so so here is the they only modified the formula of f. Okay, formula of the future value. So here only they we have to know the value of the f, the value of the I, and the value of the n. So but we don't know about the value of the p. You have to calculate this value of the p. So they so you have to modify this formula as per your use. Okay, so P is equal to 1000. Okay, what is 1000? That is your future value. Okay, 1000. In bracket 1 plus 0.12 raised to minus 5. Why this is minus 5? Because you have to calculate the value of the P. Okay, so interest table. So this is the factor. Okay, which factor? Present worth factor. Then this is the I and N. Okay, so the value of AP is the 1000. Then the factor, present worth factor. Then the 12% and then the 5. So you have to calculate this particular value of P. Okay, so whenever to solving this particular calculation, you can be get 500 whatever 567.14. Okay, and from the computer spreadsheet, so that is the uh, primary value, then the rate n per present amount, then here is the uh, primary value and then the type. Okay, so that is the you can be solved by using the computer spreadsheet also. Okay, this is the present worth factor. Okay, and this is the simple example. Whatever f is equal to 1000, I is equal to 6%, n is equal to 8 year, and p is equal to what? So you have to calculate p by using this formula. Okay, by using this formula you have to calculate this value, which p is equal to what? Okay, so what is p is equal to f in bracket 1 plus I raised to minus 1. Okay, so this is very simple. You can be calculated by the calculator also. Okay, and you take the directly this value for this particular um, equation. Okay, so then we move toward the solving for time and the interest. Okay, so here is the solving for time and the interest. Why it is giving? So solving means here is the interest rate. Okay, what is solving for the interest rate I? Okay, interest rate formula. Okay, so here is the you can be modified this formula in the form of the I. Okay, in the form of the I. So calculator, so what is the formula of the interest? That is I is equal to f divided by p. Okay, raised to 1 by n minus 1. So this is the uh, calculated formula. So you put the value of the f, p and n, so you get the value of the I also. Okay, so this is only the theoretical part. You only the remember it how you can be calculate the interest by using the value of your future value, your primary value, your n value. Okay, then computer spreadsheet. So this is the rate now. This is the I means the interest, that is the rate. So n per, what is your n per? That is the value of the n, that is the primary amount, that is the primary value. Okay, fe, that is the future value, type and the guesses. Okay, then this is the example. Okay, how you have to solve the interest rate. Okay, by using the formula. Okay, which formula? This is formula I is equal to a divided by p bracket raised to 1 by n minus 1. Okay, so they gives you example to solving the interest rate. Okay, so suppose you buy a share of, so what is the example? You buy a share for dollar 10. Okay, $10 and sell it for the $20. So buying, what is your buying price? So that is the dollar 10 and selling, that is the 20. So what is your profit? So profit is 20 minus 10, that is the 10. Okay, if that happen within a year, your rate of the return is an impressive, that is the 100%. If it takes 5 years, what will be the rate of the return on your investment? Okay, so you have to only put the value of the f. So what is your f value? That is the 20. What is your p value? That is 10. What is your n value? That is what? 5 year. Okay, so all value are here. So you can be calculate your answer, okay, easily. Okay, so we solve this example at the next lecture. Okay, then we move toward the another point. Okay, that is the solving for the n. Okay, solving for the time means the value of the n when the single amount is find, given, what is given, p, f and I. Then you have to require the find out the value of the n. Okay, so you have this value p is equal to, then f is equal, you have to value of a, you have to value of p, and you have to value of the I. Then you want to calculate this particular value. Okay, so by using the computer spreadsheet, that is the n per. Okay, that is the how many year. Okay, how many year this value you have to require to calculate. Okay, so this is the rate, this is the primary amount, then the primary value, future value, and the type also. Okay, so here is the example. Okay, here is the example. So what is example? You have to purchase uh, 200 shares of the General Electric stock at the dollar 15% share. You sell the stock when its market price is double. Okay, if you expect the stock price to increase the 12% per year, how long do you expect to wait before selling a stock? Okay, so this is example. We also solve it at the next lecture. Okay, so we move toward our another point. Okay, so what is our another or next point? That is the uneven payment series. Okay, so what is uneven payment series? So what they say, listen here. Okay, so what a common cash flow involve a series of the receipt or the disbursement. Okay, so means what, the series of the payment is the installment of the car, home, which include the identical sum to be paid at the regular interval. Okay, so what they say that whenever you have to uh, ta- get or you have to buy car, home, okay, that time you have to do the whole loan. Okay, so at that time you have to payment in the form of the installment. Okay, in the form of the installment at the regular interval. Okay, at the regular interval. But what they say that here is the no clear pattern. Okay, here is the no clear pattern over the series. So we call the transaction at the uneven cash flow series. Okay, because here is the not proper installment. Okay, not proper installment. Installment means what? In Marathi you can say that that is the haftas. Okay, so haftas means that is the regular interval time you want to pay this particular installment at the monthly na, at the monthly, in the series payment. Okay, in the series payment. But in uneven series, uneven payment series, that is the no any clear pattern. Okay, no any clear pattern. So it is called as the uneven series, payment series. Okay, then the present worth at any uneven stream of the payment can be calculated by find the present worth of each individual payment and then the summing the result. Okay, so how you know about how many amount you can be paid to the the second person. Okay, so you have to calculate it the sum. Okay, you have to calculate it the sum and match it to the actual amount. Okay, match it to the actual amount. So this is the future. You can be calculated your final result by using the summing operation. Okay, by using the summing operation. Okay, then this is uneven payment series example. Okay, you can be see here. If decide to withdraw the following amount over the next 5 years from the saving account that earns 7% interest compounded annually. Okay, how much do you need to deposit now? Okay, so these are the year. This is the first year you have to withdraw 2000 rupees. Okay, then the second year you have to withdraw another 1000 rupees, and the total withdraw is the 3000 rupees. And the third year you have to again withdraw 3000 rupees, and the total withdraw is the 6000 rupees. Here is the difference between, here is the 1000, here is the difference is the 3000, here is the difference is the 2000, but here is the no any whatever you can be say that regularity. Okay, here is the no regularity or the series of the payment. Okay, so it is called as the uneven payment series. Okay, finally you have to calculate this actual amount, that is 2000 plus 1000 whatever. Then so the interest on this 2000, then interest on this another 1000, interest on this another 3000, interest on this another 2000. Okay, so this is the compounded na, this is the compounded annually. Okay, so this is the uneven payment series. Okay, uneven payment series. Then we move toward the equal payment series. How we can be so what is the equal payment series? So in equal payment series, you can be see that the transaction involve uniform series of the payment also. Okay, so for example, rental payment, bond interest payment, commercial installment plans are the based on the uniform payment series. Okay, so what is uniform payment series? Means the regularity. Okay, the play. So whatever you can be say that installment at the regularity. So these are the some example. You can be seen the regularity installment, that is the rental. Okay, rental means your room rental whatever. Then the bond interest payment. Okay, then the commercial installment plans. So these are the some example. You can be say that this is the equal payment series. Okay, this is the equal payment series. So another one, our what they say, these are the our concern is to be find present worth or the future worth of the such a series. Okay, so these are the number of the factor. Okay, these are the number of the factor. So first one is the compound amount factor. Okay, then the second one is the sinking pound factor. Okay, capital recovery factor, present worth factor, and the present value perpetuities. Okay, so you have to calculate this particular factor also. Okay, then firstly, what is your first factor? That is the compound amount factor. Okay, so what is compound amount factor? So you have to require the find out your if value. Okay, you have to find out your if value when the given the value of a, given the value of I, and given the value of the Yan. Okay, so suppose we are interested in future amount, okay, of the fund to which the contribute $8. Okay, contributes A dollar, that is the primary value. So you can be say that this is the primary amount each period, and on we uh, earn interest at the rate of the I period. Okay, so that is the I means the interest rate, and the period is the value of n. Okay, the contribution is made at the end of the n period. Okay, so you can be say that f is equal, so that is the, so this is the a. Okay, so you can be a is the amount. Okay, a is the amount, so in bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I. Okay, so a is equal to, so this is the factor. Okay, f divided by a means what you can be say that this is the compound amount factor. Okay, this is the compound amount factor. So this is the actual formula. You can be calculate your future value. Okay, that is f is equal to a in bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I, that is a factor. Okay, that is the factor is equal to f divided by a, I and n. Okay, so the bracketed term is called as the equal payment series of the compound amount factor. Okay, so you can be calculate your equal payment series also by using this compound factor. So find the f. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, this is the example to find out the compound amount factor. Okay, so find the f. Okay, you have to require to find out your future value. Okay, given a. Okay, given a means your contribution. Okay, your contribution, and I is the rate, and n is the period. Okay, n is the period, and this is the example. Okay, what is the example? Suppose you make an equal annual contribution of the $5,000. Okay, $5,000 to your saving account at the end of each year for the 5 year. Okay, so what is the value of n? The value of n is equal to 5. Okay, value of n is equal to 5. Value of a is equal to $5,000. Okay, if your account is earn 6% interest annually. Okay, so the what is the value of I? I is equal to 6%. Okay, how much can be withdrawn at the end of the 5 years means your future value. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. You can be calculate. Okay, you can be calculate your future value. You have to formula a in bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I. So you have to value of a, you have to value of I, you have to value of n, and you have to value of I also. So you can be calculate the value of a. Okay, easily. Okay, so what is the value of a? Value of a is equal to 5,000. What is the value of I? The value of I is equal to 6. Okay, what is the value of n? N is equal to 5 year. What is the value of I? I is equal to 6. Okay, so you have to calculate the value of, you can calculate the value of yep also. Okay, then another one. Okay, what is another one? That is the shrinking fund factor. Okay, to find the a. Okay, finding the a. The above you have to require the find out the if na, find out the if. But in this particular factor you have to find out the a. Find the a given f, I and n. Okay, so these are the factors are depend on your formula. Okay, depend on your formula. So a sinking fund is the interest bearing account into which fixed sum is the deposited each period. Okay, it is commonly established for the purpose of replacing the fixed asset. Okay, so here is the, they give the value of yep, they give the value of I, and they give the value of n. So you can be calculate the value of a also. Okay, you can be calculate the value of a also. So the term in bracket is called as the equal payment series sinking fund factor. Okay, what is sinking fund factor? So this is from this bracket means I upon 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Okay, that is a divided by f comma I comma n, that is the equal payment series sinking fund factor. Okay, so what is a I divided by 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Okay, so you can be calculate the value of a. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, this is the example to find out or to calculate the value of the sinking fund factor. Okay, so here is the find A. Okay, in sinking factor, you have to require the find out the value of A. Okay, whenever the given the value of A, the value of I and the value of N also. Okay, so for example, you want to set up college saving plan for your daughter. Okay, she is currently 10-year-old. Okay, and will go to college at the age of the 18. Means what is the value of n? The value of n is equal to 8. Okay, 10 minus 18 minus 10 is equal to 8. Okay, you assume that when she start uh, the college, she will need the 1 lakh in the bank. Okay, so what is the value of the, so what is this 1 lakh? 1 lakh is the future value, na? 1 lakh is the future amount. So if the value of AP is equal to 1 lakh in the bank, so how much did you need to save each year in order to have necessary fund if the current rate of interest is the 7%? Okay, so you have to all value, okay, to find out the value of the yen. Okay, the value of AP is equal to 1 lakh rupees, I is equal to 7%, and N is equal to 8. Okay, when N is equal to 8. Get it now? So from this particular value, you can be solve this particular example. Okay, what AP is equal to what? AP is equal to 1 lakh rupees. Okay, I is equal to what? I is equal to 18 minus I is equal to 7%. Okay, I is equal to 7%. Here is also 1 plus I is equal to 7. Okay, I is equal to whatever you are, point 0.7, not 7, point 0.7. Okay, 0.07. Okay, 7% means 0.07. You have to take this value. Okay, 0.07, this value of I. Then the value of n is equal to 18 minus 10. Okay, 18 minus 10, that is 8, and minus 1. So you can be calculate easily the value of the a also. Okay, so then the another one. Okay, what is another one? So capital recovery factor. Okay, so what is capital recovery factor? So find the A. Okay, find the A given P, I, and N. Okay, so we determine the amount of the periodic payment A if we know P, I, and N. Okay, P, I, and N. So you can be calculate this particular factor by using this formula. Okay, A is equal to, so this is the P. Okay, so this is the value of the primary amount. Okay, this is the value of the primary amount, but here is the future value. Okay, here is the future value, here is the primary amount. Okay, so I in bracket 1 plus I raised to n, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. So this is the particular formula to calculate the value of the a. Okay, to calculate the value of the a, and in bracket term, that is this a divided by p I comma n is called as the capital recovery factor. Okay, it is called as the capital recovery factor, and this is the example of the capital recovery factor. Okay, so find out the a, the given p, I, and n. Okay, so what is the value of the p? that is the 21,061.82 dollar. Okay, then the value of the I is equal to 6%. Okay, that is the 0.06, and the value of yen. Okay, what is the value of yen? So whenever you have to read it, you can be get the value of yen. So here is the next 5 year, means the value of n is equal to 5. Okay, value of n is equal to 5. So when you have to put this all the value in this particular formula, you can be get the value of a. Okay, so what is the value of p? The value of p is equal to 21,061.82 dollar. Okay, then what is the value of I? The value of I is equal to 0.06. Okay, then the what is the value of n? The value of n is equal to 5. Okay, value of n is equal to 5. So all the value you have to get it, and you can solve this particular example by calculating this actual value of p I n. Okay, by using the value of p I and n also. Okay, then the another one is the, okay, then another factor is the present worth factors. Okay, so how to calculate this present worth factor? Okay, so find the p. Okay, find the p, the given a, I and n. Okay, so you have to remember it. What is the actual factor? Okay, what is the actual factor? So finding the p whenever given a, I and e, so all these are the formulas. Okay, all these are the formulas, and what you would you have to invest now in order to withdraw $1 at the end of the next n period. Okay, so they give the value of a, the value of I, and the value of n, and you have to calculate the value of the p also. Okay, you have to require to put it the all value in this particular equation. Okay, that is p is equal to in bracket 1 plus I bracket raised to n minus 1 uh, divided by I in bracket 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so bracket term is called as the equal payment series present worth factor. Okay, so this is the theoretical part, and this is the example. What is the example? What they say, I is equal to 8%. Okay, I is equal to 8%, a is equal to what they that is the 7 lakh. Okay, a is equal to 7 lakh, n is equal to 25. What is this? 25, 25 year. Okay, 25 year, then find the value of the p. Okay, then the value, find the value of the p also. So you can be calculate this particular value by using this uh, the value of I, value of a, value of n. Okay, so here is p is equal to, okay, value of e is equal to 7 lakh. Okay, value of a is equal to 7 lakh, then the value of I is equal to 8%. Okay, means 0.08. The value of n is equal to 25. Okay, value of n is equal to 25. So all the values are the present here, so you can be calculate your value of p. Okay, your value of p. Then the another or last one is the present value of the perpetuities. Okay, so find the p given a, I, and n is equal to infinity. Okay, n is equal to infinity. So you have to calculate the value of the p. Okay, so a perpetuity is the stream of the cash flow that continues forever. Interesting feature of the perpetuity annuity is that we cannot be compute the future value of its cash flow because it is infinity. Okay, so you cannot be compute. Okay, because this is the infinity. N is equal to what? N is equal to infinity. Okay, n is equal to infinity. So this is only this is the formula. Okay, p is equal to a divided by I. Okay, whenever you have to read it, you can be get it what is the actual formula for this present value perpetuity. Okay, so the value of n is equal to infinity. Okay, so consider the perpetual stream of the $1,000. So this is the example. Okay, this is the example, and this is the stream. Okay, so what is your value of a? Your value of a is equal to 1000. Okay, if the interest rate is the 10%, means the value of I is equal to 0. Uh, 0.01. Okay, 0.01. Okay, so 0.1, not 0.01, 0.1 per year. So how much the perpetuity? So only the dividation means the 10,000. Okay, that is the perpetuity, that is the 10,000. So this is the value of the p. Okay, this is the value of the p. Then the another one is the dealing with the gradient series. Okay, so this is the another point. What is the dealing with the gradient series? Okay, so engineer frequently encounter the situation involving the periodic payment that increases or decreases by the constant amount G. Okay, or the constant percentage, that is the growth rate from the period to period. Okay, so you can be see here what is the G. G is the $25. Okay, and the base means your initial value. Okay, your initial value, and what is the actual value is the change. This is for initial, then for the 1 year is completed, then 2 year is completed, 3 year is completed, and 4 year is completed, and the value of the G is 25. So you can be added 25 in the base value. Okay, so 100 plus 25, that is 125. Then 125 plus 25, that is 150. 150 plus 25, that is 175. Okay, and here is the another one. Okay, that is here is the negative. Okay, G's value is the negative. So is the here is the negative 500. Okay, so the base is, what is your base is the 2000. Okay, then the second year, what is your base? That is the 1500. Okay, then your third year is the 1000, and the your fourth is, that is the 500. Okay, so this is the, you can be say that dealing with the gradient series means the you say how to increase and how to decrease the periodic payment by the constant amount G. Okay, by the constant amount G, or the constant percentage. Okay, so this is the constant amount. Now 25 is the constant amount, 500 is the constant amount. It increases or decreases. Okay, it is increases or the decreases also. Okay, so we are stop here. We have completed the this particular unit at the next part. Okay, thank you.